These are the 4 different types of black people, because y'all seem to be confused. First, you have the dark skin, the darkest type, the most disrespected. Dark skin girls are very disrespected. It needs to stop. And dark skin men are fetishized. They really have the hardest, so stop disrespecting them. Next, you have brown skin, which is what I'm considered. Too light to be dark skin, but too dark to be light skin. They're just in the middle and the most common between black people. Megan Thee Stallion is a good example of a brown skin. And this is a brown skin guy. Next, we have the light skin category. And before y'all start, light skin does not equal mix, so please stop. There are fully black light skin. Basically, everyone in my family is light skin besides me, so I know. Stormy Reed is a good example of a light skin girl. Both her parents are black, she just happens to be a lighter complexion, and she's beautiful. Last category is mixed. Mixed is when you have one black parent and one parent of another race. Mixed does not equal light skin because there are brown skin mixed people and dark skin mixed people. Blasians are a good example of brown skin mixed people. Most Blasians I know are brown skin, not light skin. At the end of the day, we're all black. Not all mixed people are light skin. And stop trying to separate us because we need to be unified. Also, I'm going to do types of mixed people, so watch out for that.
So the other day I must have been talking to this black guy and I asked him what his preference in girls was. He told me he liked white girls and I was like, oh, okay, cool. Like, what is it you like about white girls? And I kid you not, this is how he started off his reply. Because black girls are just too... No, excuse me, sir, you must not have heard the question. I asked you, why do you like white girls? He replied, yeah, I was getting there. I'm like, okay, try again. Black girls are just too... No, sir, you're doing it again. You're talking about black girls when I specifically asked you why you're attracted to white girls. If you can't state your preference without having to bring in black girls, then it only leads me to believe that you're not attracted to white girls because you're attracted to white girls. You're attracted to white girls because you have a hate for black girls. I have no trouble in listing 100 different reasons why I'm attracted to black men without having to bring in any other race. Smells like self-hate to me, but that's none of my business.
To every black girl on TikTok, I'm here to say that I'm sorry. I'm sorry that we have to sit here and watch our race and our culture of women be bashed and disrespected just so they can uplift other females of other color. And I'm sorry. I'm so sorry that we see a boy of our own color, we're so insecure and traumatized that we don't even think, am I pretty enough anymore? We have to sit and think, does he even want me because of the color of my skin? And I'm so sorry that we have to go through that. You're beautiful and I want you to know it. I promise. Anymore, we have to sit and think, does he even want me because of the color of my skin? And I'm so sorry that we have to go through that. You're beautiful and I want you to know it. I promise.
When are we gonna start holding white women to the same standard that y'all hold black women and tell them that they don't love themselves because they fake tan darker than their natural skin? I notice y'all don't tell white women that. I notice the only time y'all talk about no love and that black women don't have self-love is when they lighten their skin than their natural skin tone. So how about we start telling white women that too? Because they're doing the same thing by darkening their natural skin tone. How is it that when white women do it, y'all don't say nothing? Y'all think, oh, it's just a tan. But when black women do it, they're insecure and they don't love themselves? There's clearly a fucking double standard. Y'all are incredibly disgusting and racist on this app. And it's hidden by the subtle racism that y'all do every fucking day.
Alright, man, look, I could write a book on all this, okay? But first, I never stated that I didn't like white women, alright? I simply prefer a black woman over a white woman, okay? Secondly, those black men, most of them, keyword I did say most of them degrade black women when they say why they don't want a black woman or why they don't like a black woman, okay? So, those black women, they're tired of feeling unloved, unappreciated, disrespected, all by somebody that they protect the most, the black man, okay? They're tired of being under a white woman who's been appreciated more than them for a majority of history's time, okay? So you don't get to sit here and tell a black woman that she can't have those feelings of joy when another black man decides to appreciate them, okay? It's not that they're saying that, oh, you know, that woman's wrong, that woman's not beautiful, nothing like that. They just want to be appreciated just as much as that one. But you're sitting here trying to shut them down just like everybody else, and you shouldn't be doing that.
I really need y'all to listen to this whole thing, especially if you're black. Okay, so the Willie Lynch letter was a short speech written by a slave owner to other slave owners. He said, I quote, "I have a foolproof method for controlling black slaves. I guarantee every one of you that if done correctly, it will control them and turn them against each other for the next 300 years at least." In the speech, he instructed a lot of different tactics, but one stood out to me the most because it's very relevant today. So he instructed that light skins get to work in the house. They got occasional freedom, some got an education, and they had overall better treatment. Dark skins had to work in the field. He hoped that this would separate us in the sense of skin complexion, and I think he did a pretty darn good job. Have you ever heard or said the phrase, "I only like light skins with curly hair"? Where do you think that the hate for darker skin and coarse hair in the black community comes from? They literally achieved their goal of brainwashing us. We need to free ourselves from mental slavery ASAP. With curly hair. Where do you think that the hate for darker skin and coarse hair in the black community comes from? They literally achieved their goal of brainwashing us. We need to free ourselves from mental slavery ASAP.
I used to hate my skin so much when I was younger that one day, after a long day of being bullied at school, I went straight into the bathtub and I poured a whole gallon of bleach on myself, praying to God that it would somehow wash away the melanin that he gave me. I literally hated my skin so much. I washed myself with bleach, thinking I would somehow wash away my skin color. So now that I'm older and I speak out against it and people just tell me to just ignore colorism, it's kind of a slap in my face.
I don't usually make videos like this, but I did want to address this. I feel like we don't call out enough black women for having subtle colorist mindsets. And by black women specifically, I'm talking about other light-skinned, biracial, mixed race, whatever. But the other day I was with this girl and she was also light-skinned, and she was talking to me and she was like, yeah, I just feel like it's really hard for me to make other black female friends because one, they either don't think I'm black enough, or two, they're intimidated by me. And I was like, whoa. Did they say that they're intimidated by you specifically? Or are you assuming that they should be intimidated by you or were intimidated by you because you're lighter? So then she started backtracking. She's like, no, I didn't mean it like that. I didn't mean it like that. But you did mean it like that, because that same type of mindset is the same mindset that people have when they walk into a room or a party or whatever, and they think that automatically because they're the lightest, that equates to them being the prettiest, that they're about to get the most attention, etc., etc. And I feel like we just be disregarding things like that because, like, oh, they're black too and it's our friend. But no, hold your friend accountable, because those slick-ass comments promote colorist-ass messages. And for all my women out there who love dating men who only date light skins because that's his preference, no, that's his colorist tendency, sis. I yield my time.
Braids, oh my god, y'all look good with box braids. Beautiful. Goddamn, I see a girl with box braids, I'm just like, damn. But let me.
So some of you very bored people are mad because he searched up dark skin box braids. I searched up black girl box braids, and this is what I see: a whole bunch of light skins and brown skins. So before you start hating, maybe think, why did he have to search up dark skin box braids? Because the media literally does not portray dark skins. You should be happy that he searched up dark skins with box braids. It's not his fault that Google wasn't showing no dark skins. So he could have really left it at that. But he was like, no, like, just because Google is not going to show dark skin doesn't mean I can't search up dark skin with braids. Sometimes when you search for stuff and you don't see what you want, you have to search deeper. So just stop thinking that people are trying to use people for clout. Like, not everything is negative. Like, you guys look too deep into stuff. Too deep. Search for stuff and you don't see what you want, you have to search deeper. So just stop thinking that people are trying to use people for clout. Like, not everything is negative. Like, you guys look too deep into stuff. Too deep.
Oh, I don't know who I am? Calandria?
No, you don't, but I do. You're the girl who didn't learn she was black until Beth Wheeler left you out of her second grade sleepover because you'd be the only one.
That is the last time I share a personal story with you.
But you see, with me, there is no confusion. People take one look at my skin and they assume that I'm poor or uneducated or ratchet. So yeah, I tone it down. Make myself more valuable. Join a sorority. What's so wrong with that?
everything.
Dear white people, you made me hate myself as a kid. So now I hate you, and that's my secret shame.
Dear white people.
If my son, that I carried for 9 months and went through the pain of labor for, ever opened his mouth to degrade black women, I would hop in a time machine so fast and go back to the day he was conceived and swallow him, because what I'm not about to do is give birth to a colorist. Having a quote-unquote preference doesn't make it okay to degrade and demean people outside of your quote-unquote preference. Just because you don't like black girls doesn't mean black girls aren't pretty. It means you're a colorist, but...
When you talk proudly about black women, everyone gets upset. Everyone gets mad. Because the hatred of black people is so ingrained that if I go, black women are amazing. Well, you're being racist. What the fuck? Does that even make any sense? That doesn't even make any sense. Black women are the shit. They age the best. They got the best bodies. You motherfuckers age early. Fuck you. You feel me? And you copy everything from black women. You dance like them. You talk like them. You ever see other races when girls want to get an attitude? They do this shit. They go, I see Asian girls doing it. I see Latin girls. It's black women shit. Right? Yeah. You get everything from black women. Even gay white men steal shit from black women. Girl, honey. The fuck out of here. Black women are the trends.
I'm tired of giving my all and never being enough. I'm tired of changing for people who don't even recognize my change. I'm tired of crying myself to sleep at night and waking up in the morning and not recognizing myself. I'm tired of not being thin enough or pretty enough. I'm tired.
Like, it needs to be talked about more, because y'all make it seem like when people talk about colorism, everyone's just complaining. It's not that big of a deal. Just like how racism affects people on an everyday basis, colorism also affects darker skinned people on an everyday basis. The crazy thing is, in this world, perception is everything. So if my skin color is making me be perceived a certain type of way, it could limit me from opportunities. It limits me from just certain privileges that other people have. But when we talk about it, y'all want to make it seem like we're complaining. There's so many things that dark skinned girls go through, and when we speak up, it's like, you're being dramatic, you're doing a bit much. And it's like, nah, y'all really need to hear us out when we talk. Certain statements are colorist because you're assigning negative attributes to a person solely based off their skin color. You're only preferring light-skinned girls because you think they act a certain type of way. You don't prefer dark-skinned girls because you think they act a certain type of way. That's colorist. Like all black people don't act the same, skin color has nothing to do with personality traits. Dark-skinned girls are this, dark-skinned girls are that. All negative attributes that aren't true. Not every dark-skinned girl acts the same type of way. So for you to have a preference on a skin color, that's you assuming that that whole skin color acts a certain type of way, which is just not true.
Younger cousins, he's a senior in high school, posted on Facebook on his status, I love white girls, just period, and nobody can do anything about it. And I commented on his status and said, you know, that's fine, just make sure you don't discriminate. And then one of his friends posted, it's not, you know, their fault that white skin just looks better on females. It wasn't so much like I felt like it was an insult to me exactly. I mean, I just felt like it was sad that someone who I knew, a young guy who was part of my family and his friends, and then other people in my family as well, feel that way, like really feel that way. And it was just really upset me.
Is it just me, or when people say, I don't find dark-skinned girls attractive, they're just not cute, but light-skins, yeah, they're cute. You haven't met every single dark skin or light skin, so how can you say that? What are you basing it off? And I see a lot of boys say, well, I don't want a girl with nappy hair. Nappy hair. You know there are some dark skins out there with type 3 hair, right? And there also are light skins out there with type 4 hair. Some boys say, oh, well, darker girls have, I guess, bigger noses, and I don't find it attractive. When there's also light skins with bigger noses. And there are dark-skinned girls out there with smaller noses. So again, it's not that you don't find dark-skinned females attractive. It's that you don't find dark skin itself attractive.
Moral of the story, you have not met every dark-skinned or light-skinned female. So you cannot say dark-skinned females are unattractive. It makes no sense. The only two differences that you know for sure between light-skinned and dark-skinned is their skin color.